The tactic here is interference. It is it's white to play here. White to play. Black has just played pawn to h4, maybe hoping to get a queen over there. And we want to use interference here in order to secure a queen of our own. And so there is a way that we can play trying to ensure that we may promote our pawn. How do we play interference so they can promote the a pawn? The definition: interference, sometimes called obstruction, in chess occurs when a player interposes a piece between an enemy piece or critical square and its defender. As a result, the other player can no longer guard the attacked piece or square and usually faces significant material loss or is checkmated. There is a way to ensure that you're able to promote this pawn here. Can anybody find that? Want to try to block the attacker somehow? How might we do this? Let's hear from Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
I do have two ideas. Okay. It's either with the move with the pawn on a6 or move with the king. So first with the idea. So if the pawn moves, the rook comes and attacks it. So once the rook moves, our bishop is free from the pin, so we can block it.
Yeah.
And or we can move our king that is still guarding our bishop and removes the pin.
Yeah, maybe move here. Yeah, I like both of those ideas, and those are exactly what you should be thinking about. Let's think about this second one first. So if you play this move here, he might put us in check, in which case we can block with the bishop. But we haven't moved our pawn, so it seems like he could move all the way down here and get in front of our pawn. So maybe that'll work. Maybe we can get our king down there in time. I'm not sure. But it's not clear. Let's think about your first move, though. If we push the pawn, okay, well, he's got to jump behind it here. And it seems like then, what should we play again? Were you saying that we move the bishop over?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems really good. And, he might check the king, but then we're going to step to a6 here. And, he's not going to be able to go, when he comes over check, he's not going to be able to go all the way here because our pawn's already covering that square. So I think this is correct. We just push the pawn, block with the bishop, and they could have came over and put us in check here, but we would have stepped here, and there would be no squares down here for the rook to attack the pawn. So totally a one position. Nicely done, Michael. Exactly right. This one they're saying only rated at 1166. So black to play in this case and use interference. I think we have a similar idea here as far as how we're going to use interference. We're trying to promote the pawn, right? Black to play and use interference to get a new queen. Let's hear from Larry. I think he was trying to raise his hand. That went away awfully quick. Were you trying to get a hold of us, Larry?
Yes.
Go ahead.
H3 pawn to h2. I actually don't know what.
Yeah. Pawn to h2. I like that. Rook comes over and attacks it.
And then you do the bishop to h3.
Yeah, and they'll probably attack your king, check. And what would you do then? I like your line of reasoning here, though. I'm not questioning you as far as this makes sense to me. I'm just asking, where do you go from here? So, you check. He comes over and puts your king in check then. After you do the block, what are you going to do there?
Move the king to h5? No.
No, you can't. Your bishop's on h5. Yeah. It's not altogether clear. You got to watch out for where the knight can go, I suppose. But actually, the bishop is taking away pretty much, all the decent squares for the knight. So he's not going to do anything to us. I'm thinking, and I'm not sure they're even going to go this far. I'm thinking we just go here. That way we maintain the defense of our pawn. Don't allow him to go ahead and take that pawn. And if he wants to come over and put us in check again, well, then we can step here, and I think he's just done. He can't really harass us anymore. The rook's under attack. He's not going to be able to go. Our king, once he's here on g7, is guarding all these squares, and the rook's just going to have to go away. But I think your move is correct. Let's go ahead and play this move. And yeah, you play interference. Okay, I did not expect that to happen. But let's hear from Cliff. Go ahead, Cliff.
By the way, when you said queen, I don't think there's queens in this puzzle.
Did I say queen? Yeah, I don't see any queens. Well, I may have been talking about the queen to be born here, because that's the thing. We're about to get a queen here. I mean, obviously, we just take the rook. That's just a weird move. Nobody would play that. That's just... Okay. And rated 1103. Black to play in this case. Black to play and use interference to get some sort of advantage. Black to play. Oh, yes. So, as always, we want to be keeping track of checks, captures, loose pieces. But in regards to captures, there's something called a semi-loose piece, which is a piece that's under attack and defended the same number of times. Semi-loose pieces are always interesting. And in this case, one of white's semi-loose pieces will fall off the board if you play the right sequence of moves here to drive them back. All right, go ahead, Cliff. Rook from h3 moves to h1?
Yeah.
Sacrificing to... Oh, I see. You're trying to sacrifice it so you can take this guy here. Okay, that's interesting. Kind of a deflection tactic. That's definitely something you want to think about, but no, I don't think that's what we're looking for here. Do remember that we're always supposed to consider checks, captures, and loose pieces. So always begin by thinking about the different checking moves. And there's a way that you can use checking moves to win the semi-loose piece, because you can force a situation where white interferes with his own pieces. So there is actually a way to drive the king using checking moves to be interfering with his own pieces. So we're playing for black, and we can drive the white king in such a way that, we're able to win big material here. Go ahead, Cliff.
Basically, I have an idea.
Okay.
So basically, the rook on b3, it moves to c3.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, if you do that, the king is pretty much forced.
And it couldn't capture it, so it had to move.
Yeah, it would have to go to d5. That's true. And then what would you do?
And I think the h3 rook, it would go to h5.
Oh, did I move the wrong rook? You were saying move the b3 rook to c3? Is that what you were saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So if we play that, they still... Well, no, because... So if we play this move here, they can step right here and kind of get out. So that doesn't quite work. You're kind of on the right track there. We're looking for a different checking move, though. So we have the other checking move, right? Rook here, check. Drives the king here. And then you play this checking move. And the king can't move, well, he can't move to those squares because of the other rook. So I think he's forced to go here. Right? And then what do we play next? So we're imagining after the rook captures this pawn here, the king is forced to go to e4. What move should we play after that? Who can tell me? That's black. After the white king steps on e4. The rooks are defending each other right now, but the rook is a semi-loose piece. So we can actually force the king in between the rooks, and now we can go ahead and take the rook. And their knight's in trouble, so they can't, maybe they have ideas of doing a discovered check or something like that, but they'd lose their knight, so they're not going to do that. So essentially we get the knight for free. So pretty cool stuff. Okay, that's it for interference for today.